2, 1.
Welcome to Antimatters. Hello everyone, I thought I'd make a little video / guide today on my new nests. Because they're a little bit different, I thought it might help people if I actually showed them how to use it. It does help sometimes, I think. So as you can see, there's multiple different cores, and they come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. Here we have the heart core, which is actually my favourite. But let's take a look around the back of the nest. As you can see, there's a little cap that's bolted on. This covers the additional entrance and exit hole. There's also what I like to call the auxiliary core, which runs all the way through the middle. This allows you to put things such as 4mm side glow fibre optics, or bolts down the middle if you want to hang it on a wall. I can also imagine there's hundreds of things you can do with it that I haven't thought of yet. If you do find any cool uses for the auxiliary core, do let me know, because I can't find them all myself. I'm a big fan of the fibre optics though, for sure. I bought these off eBay. Around the other end is a 13mm port, which should connect to 13mm tube pretty fine. I've chosen to go with quite a long connector because I want it to be really snug. So let's have a look at the drainage. At both ends, at the bottom of the nest, is a smaller hole, which will fit a small pipette which is supplied. In this hole you can chuck in a little bit of water. I recommend maybe 1 or 2mm to be honest. The nest is quite good at holding humidity, so you don't have to water it that often. I also don't recommend filling the nest up on its side, but for the purpose of the video I decided, you know what, I'm going to let you see it filling. What I quite like about this design as well is once you've filled the hydration chamber, some of the water through capillary action will be drawn up the sides, which gives the ants a little bit of access to some water, which means they can drink inside of the nest. If you want to turn your single port nest into a double port one, it's super simple. All you've got to do is undo the 3 bolts at one end which are securing the cap. Once the screws are undone, the whole end of the nest will be loose, but it should stay in place unless you really knock it. It has a small flange that seals everything up so ants can't escape through any little gaps inside. But yeah, once the screws are undone, all you've got to do is swap out the little cap with the 13mm port and basically go in reverse. If you do accidentally knock the end off, don't worry either, because it's really simple to put it back together. Just make sure the O-ring is on the end of the core and then push the cap back on. The little flange, which lines up with the entrance hole as well, snaps into a nice little hole inside, and if you give it a good squeeze it should pop in nicely, creating quite a sturdy little joint. All you got to do then is stick the screws back in with the new port and you're all set. So let's have a look at a few cores as well. There is a big chamber on the left top, a pine cone core I call it, on the bottom left. The Fodole tray is the middle lad. Then there's the pile of cones and the best core. And in the background on the right you can see my favourite core of all, the heart core. It used to be the best core my favourite, but after seeing ants in the heart core, especially the Tetramorium, I'm sold. I'd recommend as well that you don't try founding a colony in these, because I think they're quite big, to be fair. Because they got more three-dimensional space, a lot of the surface area is kind of compressed, and you wouldn't think it, but the nest is actually quite big inside. The small 5cm ones are well about equivalent to a medium-sized nest of most shops. So I wouldn't recommend founding anything in them, to be fair. Best bet is to use a test tube. And anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Until next time, may your ants live long and prosper. Or you can check this out as well on my website, antimatter.com. And sorry for that I got a cold and my voice is terrible. Until next time though, thanks for watching and bye.